Okay, so let's talk about one of the biggest, strangest paradoxes of our time. I mean, we have never had more ways to connect with each other, right? But for so many of us, that connection feels, well, a mile wide and an inch deep. Today, we're going to figure out why.
Just think about it for a second. You look at your profile and numbers keep going up. You see the likes, the comments, the shares. It's like a constant stream of validation.
But then, life happens. It's 2 a.m., you're just staring at the ceiling and your mind is racing. Who do you actually call? And that's where the whole illusion just shatters, doesn't it?
So yeah, how did we get here? How do we become so incredibly connected and yet so profoundly alone? That is the big question we are going to explore together. We're going to look at the science, the psychology, and the one tiny shift that can change everything.
First things first, it is so important to understand this. If you feel lonely, you are not alone in feeling alone. This isn't some kind of personal failure, it is a massive society-wide issue. In fact, this is so serious that in 2023, the US Surgeon General officially declared loneliness a public health crisis. And this wasn't just about our feelings, it's because loneliness has a severe physical impact on our bodies. We're talking an increased risk for heart disease, for stroke, and even for dementia.
And the numbers, they're just staggering. A huge study found that chronic loneliness increases a person's risk of dying prematurely by 26%.
To really put that 26% into perspective, living with chronic loneliness is as dangerous to your health as smoking 15 cigarettes every single day. Just let that sink in for a minute.
So, if the effects are so physical, what is actually happening inside of us? Let's get into the biology of it and see how this all works in our brains. Now, if you take away only one thing from this entire explainer, let it be this. Loneliness is not a sign of weakness. It is not proof that you've done something wrong. It is a biological alarm bell, just like hunger or thirst, signaling that a fundamental human need isn't being met.
And here's why it hurts so much. Scientists have discovered something called social pain. It turns out your brain reacts to loneliness and social rejection in the exact same region where it processes physical pain. So that feeling of being left out, it's not just in your head. Your brain is literally experiencing it as an injury.
Okay, so if we are biologically wired for connection, why are our modern tools for it making things so much worse sometimes? Well, this brings us to what I call the digital illusion.
You see, social media is built for quantity. Hundreds of friends, thousands of followers. But real, true connection, it requires quality. It's not about passively scrolling through someone's highlight reel. It's about active engagement. And it's definitely not about comparison, it's about empathy.
And this right here, this is the heart of the problem. Being seen online, getting those likes and views, that's just visibility. People know of you. But real connection, the kind that actually cures loneliness, requires vulnerability. It requires letting people actually know you.
So, what do we do about all this? The good news is the answer isn't to just throw your phone in a river. It's actually about making a small, intentional shift in how we use it.
The old habit is what we all do, passive consumption, just endless scrolling, liking, and watching. The new habit is intentional creation. The challenge is so simple. Instead of just consuming, create one small moment of genuine connection. My favorite example, send one intentional voice message to someone you're thinking of. It just cuts right through the noise.
Remember, it's not about talking to more people. It's about going deeper with the people who already matter to you. One meaningful conversation is worth 1,000 likes. The goal is always, always depth over volume.
And that leaves us with this one last thought. We often talk about finding our people, as if they're just out there somewhere waiting for us. But that's not really how it works. Connection isn't something you stumble upon. It's something you actively build, one small, intentional act at a time. So, who are you going to build a connection with today?